You want to see my view? Here's my view. You should go sit in front of the camera. You're a good-looking dog. People would like to look at you. Come sit over here. Come sit over here. Come sit over here. No. Whatever. Are you done? I don't think they're done. I think I'm a pretty typical artist in that I have a lot of skills and talents, some of which I have kind of always had, and other ones that I have developed through direct effort, so that I can create things to express ideas that are in my head. I think that's what makes me an artist. But that's not really what makes me an artist. That's an artistic endeavor. That's an artistic thing to do. An artistic thing to do is to take a creative idea that you have in your head and to... This is not an ideal time to do this. We had... We had a flood a couple of weeks ago with some well water that came up through into the basement. So there's construction guys down there doing contracty stuff and drywall and painting and making my dogs bark. So that's what that was. Holy cow, that scared the crap out of me. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, taking an idea that you have in your head and getting it out of your head and into the world, whether that's through video or photography or drawings or paintings or dance or singing, anything. When you have an idea in your head and you want to get it out into the world, that's creating art. So to work with the tools that allow an artist to generate art doesn't make you an artist. See? When you like take video, for instance. Video. I've been thinking a lot about video. That's why this channel exists. If you were to go out and buy a camera and all of the gear required to make a video, and you shoot it at this high frame rate or at this big 4K kind of thing, and you have nice colors and a beautiful bouquet, a nice soft background, and you do all of the things, and it's lit very nicely, and your audio is really good. There's a dog hair on my microphone. Look at that. If you do all of that stuff, technically, you're practicing the arts, right? That's practicing the arts. There's an art to working a camera, an art to working a paintbrush. There's an art to working a pencil, right? There's an art to all of that. So you're working in the arts if you're focused on all of the technical aspects of shooting a video in this example. Using an artist's tools doesn't necessarily make you an artist any more so than sitting in a car makes you a good driver. It doesn't really at all. Most people can't drive, including myself. I'm a terrible driver. I've run into a lot of things. So I was talking about an artist has an idea in their head and wants to get it out, and they use the tools that they use in order to do that, in order to convey their message. That's the trick right there. So a technical person who can study in the arts can study camera use and all of the technical use of video and photography and painting and illustration and all of that stuff, technically have it down. Those are talents and skills. Those are talents and skills that you can expand upon and grow with over time, and you really know what you're doing. Technically, you really know what you're doing. And you see a lot of that on YouTube, with these video guys that I was talking about in my last video. They spend a lot of time focused on perfecting your image and perfecting this and doing that and using the right gear. And it's like, that's fine, that's all tool use. Tool use is important, but it stops right there. An artist brings the most important part to it, which is the message. Without that, all of the tools in the world and all of the ability to use them isn't going to really do much. All you're going to get is pretty pictures. You're going to get postcard art, and you're going to get mall art. You know what I mean? Like, there needs to be a message. There needs to be a point, and that's the job of an artist. And sometimes artists get focused on the tools, about brushwork and the fine detail of painting and stuff, where they get into the video stuff and the camera stuff, and they get into all the dollars and cents and the gear and the gadgets for photography, and all of that video photography stuff is a huge distraction about what really should be motivating you to do this stuff in the first place, which is getting your message out there. And you can tell if you have an artist's heart, because if you're really interested in video and you want to kind of move to a whole new level with it, I think you should probably stop thinking about what gear you have and what tripod you have and what wireless microphone you have and the cameras and lenses and all of that shit. Stop thinking about it. You know, it's not about any of that. That's just tools to do a job. At the end of the day, you want to think about what your message is. You want to focus on yourself as an artist with a capital A, right? You want to focus on yourself as an artist and decide what your message is and how you're going to convey it. If it's going to be through video or photo, great. If it's going to be through painting or sculpture, or maybe you're going to do modern dance, maybe you will. I doubt it. You don't look like the kind of person to do that. Anyway, whatever you do, you got to focus inwardly and focus on your message and what you want to say and what unique point of view do you bring to whatever medium you pick, and what does your message bring to all of those people, and how can your message help inform their life or improve their I'm done now. I don't really have much else to say. I'm just going to keep posting these videos and hope that I somehow find my own message. I've been trying to come up with some good reason to make video and post it like this and to share, but I couldn't really think of like what the point of it all was. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to explore my own options and see if I can find my own message. I'm not really worried too much about the camera gear and all of that stuff, because it was a huge distraction for me. It really was. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up thing. If you don't like this video, give it a thumbs down thing. And you also can subscribe or not, as you see fit. It's your life. It's your life. You've got to do what you got to do. I can't live your life for you. I can't. I lived someone else's life one time and I made a whole mess of it. The whole thing. It just was a huge mess. This is the part where I come back to get the camera.